Hello students, today we will be learning about finding and estimating square roots. Square roots are also known as radicals. Take a moment to pause the screen and complete this warm-up. Now that your warm-up is complete, go ahead and check your work with me. Number 1 says, what does square root mean? Well, the square root means that if you have a number and you square it, means that you multiply it by itself, you get another number. For example, if you wanted to know the square root of, say, 4, you know that 2 times 2 is 4. We can also say that negative 2 times negative 2 is also 4. So by square root, we need to know that it's the same number multiplied together. So looking at numbers 2, 3, and 4, the square root of 16. You're thinking of two numbers. When you multiply them, you get 16. So that number must be 4 because 4 times 4 is 16. The square root of 121 is 11 because 11 times itself, 11 is 121. And number 4, the square root of 64. Sometimes I'll write it this way. It means the same thing. The square root of 64 must be 8 since 8 times 8 is 64. Now let's talk about the purpose of this lesson. You should be able to find square roots. You should be able to answer the questions, what is a rational square root and what is an irrational square root? Here's example 1. What is the square root of 4? To break this down even more and to show our work, we need to make a factor tree for 4 if we can't think of it right away. So 4 is 2 times 2. So now we can write this underneath the square root sign. So instead of 4, we're putting 2 times 2, since these statements are equivalent. Now when you see a pair of numbers, so when you see a 2 and another 2, you can circle that and bring it out of the square root sign because of the definition of square root. Now when you bring it out, you just bring out a 2, because 2 times 2 is 4. Now let's do the same thing with the square root of 32. Break it down into its factors. So we can put 4 times 8 here. And we must break it down all the way. 4 times 2. 8 is 2 times 4. And 4 is 2 times 2. Now that I've gotten to the bottom, I can circle all of these numbers at the very bottom. Notice that I did not circle this 4 or this 8 because it brings me confused down. So now I write all of those circled numbers underneath the square root sign. 2 times 2 times 2, because when you multiply all of those out, you get 32. Now we're looking for a pair. So 2 and 2, so a 2 can come out. Get another pair of 2's, and that can come out. Notice that the 2 is left underneath the square root sign. So the first 2 comes out here. The second pair, another 2 comes out. You write the square root sign, and this 2 here stays underneath because there's no. So finally, we can multiply, and we get 2 times 2 is 4, and the square root is 2. So to simplify, the square root of 32 is 4 square root. Now the square root of 37. Notice that 37 is 1 times 37. So here we can't break it down any further, and the square root of 37 is an irrational square root, so we can leave it just how it is. Example 4 says to estimate the square root of the square root of 60. So we can think here, I'm just going to do this a really simple way. So I'm going to list out numbers. And underneath them, I'm going to square them. So 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 3 is 9, 4 is 9, 9, 4, 1, and 100. So now I'm trying to see, where does 60 fall in here? It falls right in between 49 and 60. 64. So to figure out if we need to estimate it, this would be, we can just say between 7 and 8. Because 7 squared is 49 and 8 squared is 64. So I'm just going to write here between 7 and 8 as our answer. And lastly, example 5, the square root of 9/16. So to do the square root of a fraction, we can do the square root of the numerator and the square root of the denominator. The square root of 9 is 3, and 3 times 3 is 9, and the square root of 16 is 4. So our answer is 3/4. Okay, go ahead and try these 3 problems, and I'll see you guys in class tomorrow.